What's up, everybody? Good afternoon. Coming in hot with a little more Seahawks adjacent news here. Not a ton yet, but we're slowly starting to get a better picture of things, both for the Seahawks. Also have a little bit of an NFL adjacent update as well. First, Corbin Smith tweeted this out a little less than an hour ago. And while he doesn't have a ton of information to offer, he does have one new thing to put on the table here concerning Tyrel Dodson, the linebacker we got from the Buffalo Bills. He made an offhand comment that both the Jerome Baker and Tyrel Dodson contracts were 1 year long. Somebody asked him to clarify if he knew about Dodson's contract, and Corbin Smith said both are 1 year deals. Now, he didn't go into any further elaboration, and as near as I can tell, he doesn't have any further information than this. He just knows that it's a 1 year deal. But we didn't even know that. So at least now we have some idea of the kind of contract he's going to have. At least we have a baseline. Now, I'm going to say the same thing of this that I said of Jerome Baker. I would have liked a multi-year deal because I think both players are good. Both players are, relatively speaking, cheap, and both players are young. So you could give them a multi-year deal and be able to rely on them to produce for the next several years. And then you could spread the cap hit around. Then you wouldn't have to worry about extending them to a bigger contract next year. I would have liked to have seen a multi-year deal. I can understand why you don't want to do that because you don't want to commit yourself long term to anything that you don't have to because you are trying to keep your options open for 2025. But I would not have minded a multi-year deal in this exact circumstance. But according to Corbin Smith, it's a 1 year deal. I don't know where he got that information from because I haven't seen it anywhere else. But Corbin Smith's job is obviously to get these things right. So for now, that's what we're going to go with. We'll see what the money looks like, hopefully in the next day or two here. But as of right now, 1 year deal for Tyrel Dodson. Disappointing to me, and also probably not great for our cap space situation. There's very little that we're going to be able to do at this point in time unless we make some sweeping change. And when I say sweeping change, I know everyone's going to say, oh, maybe we're going to trade DK Metcalf. That doesn't really free up any money. Maybe we're going to cut Draymond Jones. Draymond Jones getting released doesn't really free up any money at this point. Those guys were pretty much committed to, and letting those guys go wouldn't even fix the problem. So I think what you're going to see is John Radigan gets released of his tender. I think you're going to see Daryl Taylor gets released of his 1 year deal before the start of the season, and maybe a restructure or an extension on a guy like DK Metcalf. As of right now, I'm kind of predicting that it's going to be necessary to do something like that for us to create cap space. Even if we're completely done in free agency, I expect there to be some non-trivial cap saving moves in the coming months. The good news is we don't have to worry about getting under the cap until right before the season starts, basically. So at least we got plenty of time to figure it out. The one other thing that just came down the pipe, and this isn't really directly Seahawks related, but I did find it to be very interesting. The Bears have traded Justin Fields to the Steelers for a sixth round pick next year that could become a fourth round pick if he plays more than half of the snaps. So, for those of you who maybe didn't remember, Russell Wilson went to Pittsburgh as well. So, in order for this pick to become anything at all, Fields is going to have to play more snaps than Wilson, which, I mean, obviously we know that Wilson's going to start out as the starter. We also know that Justin Fields is not a real quarterback, and I seriously doubt is ever going to become a real quarterback at this point. So it's very unlikely that happens. So basically, after all that hype about the Bears maybe getting a first round pick or a second round pick, they end up with the value equivalent of a seventh round pick because it's a sixth round pick 1 year out. So because I seriously doubt Fields plays 51% of the snaps. Like, even if Wilson gets hurt, Fields is a big injury risk as well because of how he plays. So he might get hurt too. So the odds are very much stacked against Fields playing 51% of the snaps. So, kind of amusing there. I don't think there were any Seahawks fans out there that still wanted Fields because we got Howell, and it was obvious we weren't thinking about another quarterback, and if we were, it's going to be a rookie. But I'm aware there's probably at least one or two guys out there who are still kind of banging the drum for Justin Fields. And I'm personally very grateful that he's not going to be a Seahawk because I really do not think that Justin Fields is ever going to be a worthwhile player in the NFL, at least not at the quarterback position. And I'm happy to see that he's far away from my team. All right, so I don't know if that was Seahawks related or not. Not anymore. It probably isn't. But yeah, quarterback market starting to shape up here. And I know some people are going to be upset that we gave up more for Sam Howell than the Steelers gave up for Justin Fields, but as far as I'm concerned, Sam Howell's better than Justin Fields, and he's also much cheaper. Even if he's not better, the price makes it more than worth it to have him instead. All right, I will see you guys later. Go Hawks. Going to be streaming on Twitch later tonight. We're finishing up our watch along in the next couple of days here, so come on by. I will talk to you guys next time the Seahawks do something, I guess, or we get some news. So, go Hawks.